against Sarath Fonseca's name. And this was to be, from inside information, this was to be thrown here and there near polling stations. So now, if there was small majority, they would, the international media who is all supporting of Sarath Fonseca, because they don't want Mahinda Rajapaksa. You know, their entire international conspiracy, people did not believe when I said this. People did not believe when I wrote this, right? And then there are people did not believe the other politicians when they said this is something. No, they were trying to get rid of Mahinda Rajapaksa in the easiest possible method. Now this is the easiest possible method. You have thin, majority is very thin, and you have ballot boxes all over. The international media, CNN, BBC, Al Jazeera moves into the hotel, and they are still in the hotel, takes photograph of these things and show it to the world that ballot boxes are, this is a election that cannot be upheld because ballot boxes have been, ballot papers have been found, and they have been taken from the ballot boxes and thrown out, and this is found near the election, near the polling station, and create mayhem. People to come to JVP was planning to bring people here, and they would surround the president's secretariat and the president and take over power. Now this was their plan. This is the other information people had received from the government side. Now, which is more plausible? If you can't give an explanation why they proceeded to hotel, and they no answer why they should book 50 or 60 odd rooms, you know, if they want to and hide themselves, then you can book 1 or 2 rooms and have your 60 rooms, 1 floor, and then have other deserters there, you know, this is of course ran away, and then walked into these places and take over, and then tell the whole world, take over Rupa-IT and tell the whole world, Sarath Fonseca won the elections, but this election commissioner's results cannot be accepted because the ballot boxes are found. Now no one is going, there is no time for people to check on this, and people want to believe this falsehood. It's very, very unfortunate, you know. This happened in Germany, Deepamala. When Goebbels started lying to the people, the German people believed that this was the truth. But unfortunately, his lies were so very deceptive and so very attractive, so very meaningful, that the Hitler himself believed on these lies, and that was the downfall. Here, they started lying about Mahinda Rajapaksa's government, corruption, then about the family, and people without any question believed that that is true. You know, they did not want to find out, even use their small minds to find out, especially the relatives in Colombo, you know, who hated Mahinda Rajapaksa because he came from the village, he had liberated the country from terrorism, and you know, they don't like that. They want their own people in power so that they could the mafia could control, the international mafia could control this thing with the help of the diaspora. Now, so this information would be relayed on the television, there will be mayhem, and the government will be taken over by force by General Sarath Fonseca, and the army also would be divided, but they would come back. Now, this was what I got, the information I got from insiders of Sarath Fonseca's camp. But I believe this is, the Buddha has visited, I'm a Buddhist, thrice visited this place, and we have the Madhu shrine, which is very, very, is a very symbol of religious purity, and then there were other, and all these important religious temple of Truth and the Adam's Peak and the Madhu shrine all protected this country and gave unprecedented victory to Mahinda Rajapaksa. Now thereafter, they are trying to, you know, this international BBC and other, they were also geared for this, you know, they were.
Yeah, that is what I wanted to ask you. What signal it gave the international community? That is the mandate.
The community did not want any signal. You know, they had been a part of the huge campaign to spread misinformation and disinformation to the world. This happened during the war.
The international campaign, that is in terms of funding as well.
Yeah, definitely the funding would come, the diaspora would come, all these are human beings, they want to portray what they believe is good for the country. They have decided, the international community decided, Mahinda Rajapaksa must be removed, General Fonseca with all his atrocities in the army must be head of the country, and the elitist Colombo 7 Ranil Wickremesinghe is there, and also the other like Hakim, Mano Ganesan and others who represent the minorities also there. So therefore they take over the government and they run forever. This is what then the question of democracy, all these things will go take the back door. This has happened in many countries in the world.
Now in these reports they say that the democracy is at stake in this Western media, and also they quote Mr. Sarath Fonseca after the election results saying that now there is no democracy, and the repercussions that he will have, and the fact that he's telling UK that he might have to be an asylum seeker, and also the Hindu courts, what Mr. Fonseca has told to the foreign missions in Colombo, saying that ask them to take actions and this is the time for international intervention. So what my question to you is, how will the Western or international community, will they continue to intervene, and what will be their role?
They will definitely continue to intervene, and because that is now this letter again, Deepamala clear is a proof.
Letter to the election commissioner,
and to the reports that the interviews they are given to the Western embassies, which reported in Hindu and places, clearly shows what they want. What they really want is an international intervention to destabilize this country and take over this country. Now, in that letter to the election commission, he has not made one sentence against the election results. He has not denied the fact that he has lost. If you read the letter, if you can you kindly read that letter, which is he has said.
This what I have now is an extract of a BBC report. So they have translated the letter, and then that is on the website, BBC website. It says, "Dear Commissioner of Elections, before and after handing over the nomination papers, President Rajapaksa's election campaign has made great use of state resources. Further, there have been threats, intimidation, and accusation leveled against me. Many of my supporters were intimidated. I humbly request you to order the Inspector General of Police to take appropriate security measures to protect my life." The government engaged in a campaign abusing state media, and this is what the BBC says, and then again they go back to the letter, and it goes under the headline "handcuffed," and then back to the letter they say they were allowed to stay. Further 10 security force personnel provided to me as a result of serious threats to my life were withdrawn. They were allowed to stay until after the election, after your intervention.
Now Deepamala, this is very, very clear in the letter to the election commissioner. Other than the common complaint they have been making right throughout, the state resources have been abused by the government. There is not a single statement to say that the election has been rigged or fixed by the government. Nothing to say. And now he is falling back upon his security because he did something quite strange. Of why he went into this place with so many security guards, with so many rooms booked, and his campaign manager like Thiran Nadas and one Krishanta Kure was there with a number of others. Now, what was the reason for that? Naturally, the government will have to find out the reason for him to move into this hotel. Not one or two people, the entire 50 rooms have been booked. So, the international media is focusing on handcuffed and saying various things, but it only if it's absolutely true. There was no question of handcuffing, there no question of anybody being arrested. But this is what the international media wants the people in the world to believe. Without answering why he went to this room, without questioning why he went to this room, they are making this. And the statement of the election commissioner is very clear. There is no accusation of the election being rigged. Now, the important thing here is that people must know the election commissioner, this election, used some ingenious methods of preventing any rigging. Now, other than the famous sticker that he had placed on every single ballot box, when you open that, if you try to do anything with the ballot box, the sticker would be broken, and that polling station will be annulled. Now election